Once again, we are back on Egmont Soch ki Tea Talk Train of Thought with a series of an episode with Mr. Tarundeep Anand, Managing Director of Universal Business School, Karjat. Now, this is the entire episode. So, what we are having is about a visionary leadership in global education by Mr. Tarundeep Anand. Sir, now in fact, with your rich experience at the corporate and building up an best B school in India, now in fact, we would like to any advice for our young audience, the future leaders who are there, so that they can get motivated and they can take their career on those basis.
So I would start by my best piece of advice is don't be a BMW. What does that mean? I'm sure all of you want BMWs, right? If you want a BMW, don't be a BMW. What does that mean? Don't ever get into bitching, moaning and wailing. Many times you will find people, students in the corporate executive, I don't like my boss, I don't like my company, I don't like the country, I don't like the state, I don't like, always रोना धोना, ये ठीक नहीं है, वो ठीक नहीं है, दुनिया ठीक नहीं है. Get out of that, right? Bitching, moaning, wailing is not going to take you. In fact, it's like, it's like that crab which comes and holds you and then doesn't allow you to get away. It's going to suck you. Be with the eagles, right? The moment, now, obviously, the very important thing is, there are two types of BMWs, one from external, one from internal. External, next time someone comes to you and says ye theek nahi hai, wo theek nahi hai, you say BMW, kidhar aap, right? That's a way to deal with the BMWs external. Don't let any negativity come into you, because negativity is the starting of poison, right? It's poisoning you, it's then poisoning the person listening, so both are getting affected. So try and remove that negativity out of your life. Now, what about the negative inside you? What if I don't get into this college? What if I don't stand first? What if I don't get into that company? There's some anxiety in you. That's not necessarily negative, but there could be some elements of anxiety. So that comes in. My advice to you would be, and I'm no one to give you advice because you were smart, but my experience tells me that when that thought comes to you, that negative thought, the first thing is to be cognizant of it, right? Start knowing, hey, wait a minute, I'm thinking negative. I am going down that. 50% of the battle is if you know that you're going down, because then you say, okay, out of it, get out of it, because it's something external. It's an external negative thought coming into me. If you can deal with that thought, believe you me, you will have all the BMWs you can even dream about. So stop negativity and stop criticizing, right? The day you learn to stop criticizing, remember, every criticism you do, you are affecting your karma, right? It's your karma, not the person you're criticizing. Usko to he'll deal with his karma. Every time you throw bad thoughts, bad actions, bad intentions into the world, it's going to come back. At some point in your life, it's going to come and hurt you, and you will wonder, I'm such a good guy. I'm doing everything right. Why does this happen to me? Why did it happen? It's because of something you've said or done in the past. So if you can clean your thoughts and clean your language in terms of not hurting someone, or my view is, yes, things might be wrong. I'm not saying don't, look the other way. Try and make a difference. As I said, become the solution. Come and say, right? Tell your boss, ye theek nahi hai, right? This is not right, what you did. And sometimes he might agree with you, sometimes he might disagree with you. If he agrees with you, great, you've solved the problem or given him a solution to solve the problem, right? You figure a way. Now, if he doesn't listen to you, there also could be what I used to say to my bosses. Sometimes I really did not agree with their view. And I would say, I surrendered to superior wisdom. Now, they knew I wasn't agreeing to them. But theek hai, and sometimes I said, yeah, maybe they are right. Maybe they are right. And sometimes if they're doing something wrong, which you can see is actually, ethically wrong, then you need to walk away from that institution, right? Don't have to spoil yourself by saying bad things and social media in various other ways. So I think you're going to hurt yourself. So stop doing that. That's my first and most important thing. The other thing I would just say, I'll reiterate, build your risk muscle. If you want to have exponential growth, start taking risks with your life. In every time, you see bhed chal. Everybody is going in one direction. चलो वो भी जा रहा है, मेरा दोस्त भी जा रहा है, चलो मैं भी वही नौकरी करूँगा, वही स्कूल में जाऊँगा. I used to always go the opposite way, right? It was tougher. It's always a tougher, more, there's nobody around with you, but that's where the learning comes. That's where the exponential growth comes, right? But if you want the safe way and then you want exponential growth, I'm sorry. In banking and finance, we have something called risk, reward, return, the way it's worked out. So if you're not willing to risk, you're not going to get the higher rewards, right? So, and I'm not saying stand in the middle of the road and saying somebody told me to take risk. That's stupidity. There's a difference between stupidity. Decision making is another very important. We trying to sit on our decision, and then once we made the decision, we'll ask 30,000 people, "Ye theek hai, nahi theek hai." Someone says, "Nahi, oh, boss." When you get to 70% confidence, and as you go up the corporate career, you're going to get many decisions. You're going to make. I have to make decisions every split second, right? As a CEO, in the corporate world as well as here, every split seconds I have to make decisions. And if I am 70% comfortable, I'll make it. And I'm fine, but I will never sit on a decision, right? It has to be done, right? I'm not going to sit on it because I don't believe in analysis paralysis, and that means I'm not confident, right? So I feel you've got to take a yes, no. So speeden up your decision making. Don't be a BMW. And I always say, winner never quits, and a quitter never wins. So don't give up, right? There's a way, figure out a way. There's always a way. Otherwise, you'll be always quitting, and that's not fun. And finally, I'll say, work hard. And as we say at UBS, party harder. Enjoy your life.
My God, we could see that aggression, passion, that same freshness maybe through a series of episodes which are there. So don't be BMW, a mantra which I think what it's given exclusively on ttalk ek bun soch ke, and try and build your fear muscles which are there. Like don't dar se mat daro, like try and face the realities which are there and try and differentiate from the others. What does the brand does? Brand differentiates from the other. So don't go in a way where all the guys are going. Try and be different from the others, so you stand out from the clutter. And that's what corporate they're looking at. They're looking at the performance, they're looking at the delivery aspects which are there, they're looking at the decision making abilities which are there. I think it's a great series of an episode. So what we are having with Mr. Tarundeep Singh Anand, visionary leadership in the global education and the managing director of Universal Business School. No doubt, if an institute have got this kind of a visionary leadership, I'm sure we can understand the kind of resources which are being nurtured in that space. It's really different. So thanks a lot for being part of this ttalk ek bun soch ki. It was an excellent insights from the corporate perspective, from the education perspective, and also we have seen how like UBS is different from the other B schools. And I'm sure like if the people watching this ttalk ek bun soch ki will get a lot of inspirations and the insights as to the career aspect which are concerned. Thank you very much. God bless you in abundance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks.